Hey guys, today I'm going to give you my spoiler-free thoughts on The Equalizer 3. This is the third and final The Equalizer film. This brings the trilogy to an end, and well, full disclosure, guys, I went into my critic screening yesterday, and yeah, I have not seen the first two films. But, you know what? Don't need to. And that's the thing. So if you haven't seen the first two films and you're like, hey, I kind of want to check out The Equalizer, C3 in theaters on the big screen, and then if I enjoy it, I can go back and watch the other two, that's perfectly fine. Like, this is a stand enough alone story. There's a couple of tie-ins at the end as they wrap everything together because, again, this is the final film in the trilogy, but context clues, very easy to put together. Certain things I confirmed with people that were at my screening. Did this happen within the first 1 to 2 films? Yes. Okay, perfect. Easily done. Move on. Okay. It's not like you're going to be completely confused the whole way through. That's just not the nature of this film. Now, I will say, if you've been around my channel for a while, if you know me a little bit, I'm big into like the brutal, crazy kills, right? Creative kills. Like, that's why I love Final Destination so much and Scream so much, because there's like violent, insane, brutal, creative murders, and that is exactly what you also get in The Equalizer 3. Now, apparently this is in the trailer. I went in this completely blind. I hadn't even seen the trailer, but if it's not in the trailer, which someone said it was, it's at the very beginning of the movie. Not a spoiler, but from the moment Denzel shoved a gun through someone's eye socket and shot people through the guy's eye socket and shot other people. Like, I was like, I'm in. This is crazy and gross and insane, and I'm here for it. And there are a lot of moments like that sprinkled throughout the movie, right? There's a lot of like, oh, the moments where you feel the violence in your body wherever the violence occurred on screen. There's lots and lots of moments like that. And that's probably hands down my favorite part of this movie. I love that kind of stuff. I love brutality and violence. I don't know what that says about me, but I do. And that worked well. It's sprinkled throughout the film. The story itself, the plot, a little bit generic, a little bit basic. Here's the deal, okay? McCall, which is Denzel Washington's character, he's ready to retire, and he's trying to retire in beautiful southern Italy, which is gorgeous, by the way, like absolutely stunning set pieces in this film. And the mafia there, the local mafia, is like making it really difficult for him to relax, right? He makes these friends, and the mafia is harassing them, and he's like, all right, listen, I'm gonna give you stop. He gives them all but 2 minutes to change their ways before he decides to just keep attacking people. It's basic, but it's fun, right? Like, it's very predictable. Pretty much how everything's gonna play out. Now, I will say I definitely have some issues with this movie as well. Now, there's humor. It's funny. There's some laugh out loud moments. I mean, Denzel's great, of course. But there's some stuff that's just ridiculous and not in a good way in this movie that kind of bothered me. For example, some things that are completely unbelievable that would never happen in the real world, which I get you're watching a movie. I get you need to not think about it too much. But first of all, the mafia guys, literally none of them put up a fight. Okay? He gets injured once. It's by a kid, and it's almost on accident, but not really. And then it's at the very beginning, and you never see this kid again, and you're like, okay. And then he miraculously heals from this injury very, very quickly. He's hobbling on a cane, and then he's running upstairs 2 shots later, and you're like, okay, whatever. So you got to put common sense aside, okay? Then also there's this cop in this, and his daughter gets picked up from school by a random person. Obviously, we know who it ends up probably being. I'm not going to tell you guys, but not by who she should be picked up from school from. That's not gonna happen. I would be so mad as a parent. Schools, I can barely be able to have my friends pick the girls up if they need to go home with a friend or they want to hang out with them. You have to write a note. You have to talk to the school. They're not just gonna release a kid to some random person that they've never seen before. That's not gonna happen. And also, listen, writers, people out there, women. I don't know if you know this. But contrary to popular belief, when women are hanging out at their house by themselves, they wear pants. Okay, they're not usually just walking around in their undies and a t-shirt and no bra. But apparently, that's what people think happens, because in this movie, the cop's wife is hanging out at home in a collared shirt and panties, and that's it. And I'm like, this isn't It's not how normal people hang out when they're home by themselves. Just FYI. Little things like that. Things that, like, I was like, really, like, come on. Like, is that necessary to put in here? So, you know, the movie for me, it's like, it was entertaining. I like the kills. I think it's fun. The story's pretty basic. They tie things up nicely. Like, having talked to people who've seen the first two, it seems like this is a very fitting end for this character. And they did, like I said, tie some pieces in from previous films, which I think was smart. Kind of just to say we're at an end. They also really did Dakota Fanning's character dirty. Now, she plays like a CIA agent who comes in to help with the drug bust or whatever. And she literally... she acts as a middleman between her boss and Denzel Washington, right? And they're like, she's so smart, but she never figures anything out on her own. It's literally Denzel, it's McCall, telling her stuff, and then she goes and tells her boss. She never figures out anything on her own, and then she makes dumb moves later on, and I can't get into it because it's like spoilery, but I'm like, do you just not know how to write for women? Like, what's happening here? Like, the two main women in this, and well, then there's the shop owner lady, cook, whatever. I guess she owns like a cafe, and she's just kind of shows Denzel around town and stuff, and you're kind of like, is this supposed to be some romantic thing? She looks like she could be his daughter, so you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. So I don't know. I wasn't pleased with the writing of the main women of this film, but listen, there's insane kills, so like, you know, you win some, you lose some. For me, I give this thing a 2.5 out of 5. It was entertaining enough. I could follow it completely without having seen the first two, which is always nice. It breezes by. It's under 2 hours. And there's some fun stuff in there, but there's also a lot of flaws and a lot of stuff. It's kind of one of those movies where you just have to put your brain aside, and then just try to enjoy it for what it is. You guys let me know if you're excited for the Equalizer 3 down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over here on Instagram, Twitter, /X, and TikTok. You can check me out at MamasGeeky.com as well. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.